If you enjoy everything about a person during the dating period, but you don't align sexually, is there room to bend on that?
There are workarounds. Whether, you're bending, whether you're bringing somebody else in to bend, whether, you're figuring it out. I think that if you want to work it out, you'll work it out, whatever that looks like.
Janet said, who's doing the bending?
Exactly.
And that could be a question in a relationship. It's like, okay, so who's doing the bending?
Let's sit on the couch, let's talk it out. Come on, join the show, I'll tell you what I know. Oh, talk about it. It's the best podcast, let's have a blast.
Pride Month is celebrated every June as a tribute to those who were involved in the Stonewall riots. All month, you'll be consumed with parades, festivals, and concerts going on across the globe with tons of ways for you to get involved. But it's, not all glitter and rainbows all the time. There are important social issues, sex education, and mindfulness conversations that need to be had. All month, we are celebrating Pride on the Healing Couch with your favorite people represented in the LGBTQ and the I and the A. And so today, I am chatting with my favorite gay couple on social media, Denver and Jonte. Happy Pride.
Happy Pride.
I am so excited to have y'all here. We have the editor over here at large, over at B. Scott. We have one of the most famous gay popular influencers. I am so excited. So I it's Pride Month. I've said that. I want to go straight into it. What does Pride mean and look like for you, especially being a unit?
I think for me it's a celebration. Like, it's a time where we can, what we do, we partner with brands a lot.
Yeah.
So, in Pride Month, every brand wants to launch like some Pride campaign or create this Pride content. So we really get to just kind of work with some of our favorite people and celebrate who we are and what we do and all that fun stuff.
Yeah, I definitely think it's just about being visible, visibility, that's the most important. Being comfortable and confident in your skin, self-love, I think that's the most important when it comes to Pride. So things like that.
And how long have you been together?
So we've been together for about
a couple years
4
now.
years. Yeah. 4 years.
A couple years now.
It's so new, so I'm trying to get the time together. But
and then we were friends first, so we were kind of hanging out without really labeling things, and then we just kind of like.
So, who swiped right first? Was that a part of it?
No,
actually.
No, so we met at a housewarming.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, it was a friend's.
That's what everybody wants.
Right. It was very organic,
genuine.
very wholesome.
Yeah.
They just came over and sat down, and we started talking and drinking wine and talking about music.
A glass of wine.
Mm-hmm.
And then we followed each other on social media, or had we at that point?
Afterwards.
And it was at night, and then we just became cool.
Yeah.
Do you have a coming out story? Do either of you have a coming out story, and what was that like for you?
A coming out story.
Because I know for me, I don't really. When people ask me that question, my mom sat me down. She was just like, "So what you doing?"
Yeah.
And so it was that.
So, kind of. It's kind of messy because I had it. But remember back in the day, we had, things called Zengas. They're, online blogs or whatever, right? So I had one. I had two. I had one that was for, my friends and stuff. Then I had, a personal one where I would just write things down and share things.
Yeah.
Well, one day I guess I got really sloppy and forgot to log out of the private one. And my mom... Because that was back when you had, one computer for the household, right?
I hated that.
And so my mom, I guess she got on and she read it. And one morning I was getting ready for school. And she was like, "Denver." I was like, "What?" So I come downstairs and she's like, "What is this?" Click, click.
Oh, God.
And there was my entire private life story.
Wow, it's taking me back from trauma.
And so,
Okay.
yeah, it was kind of messy. It didn't really go over too well at the time, but over the years we've worked it out, and now we're great.
Yeah. I really didn't have a coming out story. Yeah, I think my mother always knew, and then when I went off to college and finally expressed that, I was gay, she was like, I always knew, so didn't really have an actual story.
So I'll ask you, do you like the idea of having to come out?
I do and I don't. I feel like, being who you are and being queer, I think that should just be something that you don't have to really put out there for other people to kind of know. But also, I think that no, I don't think.
Yeah. What would you say is the biggest misconception for Black queer couples?
I think the biggest misconception about Black queer couples is that we can't live in wealth and that we can't live a life of luxury. And it's because we don't see that, you know what I mean? When we look at social media and we see these we see these couples, typically they're white and they're out, traveling and on the red carpets and doing their things. And then when you look in Hollywood, you see that there are black gay men who we idolize, but they're, typically partnered with white men. And so we don't have that representation. And so I think that, that is the biggest misconception that I see is that, we can't live the lifestyle that we do just because we don't have
or
that.
just like that our lives are just traumatic. I mean, there's a lot of, in the media, like when you see black gay people and couples, there's a lot of trauma associated with it. And sometimes, that's not necessarily the case.
Right.
Sometimes people are just happy.
Yeah.
And they're not really trying to overcome all of these things at the same time.
Yeah. Do y'all, because, the hand is in the thigh right now, y'all are so happy on social media. Like, do y'all have, disputes? Like, how do you address conflict resolution?
Yes.
Okay.
No, we do. For me, I'm more of the, I guess, avoidant detachment person. So whenever I get frustrated, I just kind of shut down. And I get really quiet.
Okay.
And I get really angry and introspective. And I mope around the house for, a couple hours or a day or two or whatever. And then we eventually have a conversation. That's kind of me. He's a little bit different.
I mean, I think that for us, I think we realize that whenever we're having some type of conflict or issue, that we come to an understanding, or we have a reminder that it is us. It's not us versus each other, but it's us versus the problem.
Got it.
And so when we look at it like that, then that's when we could come to a healthy resolution. So, going into it like that, not having our guards up, not being defensive, not, having our pride up, and just going into it, submissively and with, being vulnerable. I think that helps us, communicate better and help us, kind of resolve any issues that we may have.
Yeah, he's better at that than I am. Yeah, I'm an Aries, so I go straight defense, I go straight ego, I go straight pride.
We got Kansas City Aries.
I'm kind of the same too.
This is where you have me fucked up. I just want you to know, but I don't want to talk about it right now. But when I am ready, we'll have it. Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about body perception, image, and learning someone's body. Can we speak to the patience of understanding your partner's body in an intimacy level? Because I haven't made it that far. So talk to me about it.
It's just time.
Yeah.
I mean, like with anything, I think the more you do things,
Yeah.
right? And when you do them a lot,
Yeah.
you start to kind of figure out what sets somebody off in the right ways and the wrong ones.
In the wrong ways.
Yeah.
Because there are wrong ways.
Yeah.
Like, hey, I don't really like this.
That's true. But you also even I said I follow you both, but you also seem very, very comfortable with showing your skin. Where does that confidence come from? Because we see a lot of Speedos.
Yeah. I mean, that's new for me.
Okay.
That's new for me. Where
Why
did
is
that
it new
come
for you?
from? Oh God. Why is it?
And this has been your formula, but this is new for you.
Yeah, he's always been in a.
I've always been comfortable and confident in my skin, and so I've never thumped twice about what it is that I wear.
Just
and
not a lot of
showing my
pressure.
skin. Yeah.
It is a lot of pressure.
A lot of pressure.
I've had body dysmorphia. I'm very, very public about that. And I'm as I'm maturing, I'm learning that it's doing what it needs to do.
Yeah.
But also I was just a lot of skin, and then also feeding into the social media era and everything, and everybody is so cut, ripped, and da-da-da-da. So I'm just
yeah, it's hard, but I will say I think that being in a relationship does take some of the pressure off, because then it's what necessarily am I trying to attract?
there you go.
Yep.
It's already here.
Yeah.
So at this point, it's I just want to, look how I want to look and be comfortable and not have tan lines everywhere. And, if he likes it, I love it.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I mean? So that's just kind of where I am now.
Yeah.
So yeah, you'll get the Speedo.
Okay, so follow through.
Yeah, listen, I'm going to get the Speedo. He's going to take it off.
Okay. And so in gay relationships, there are maybe preferred sexual roles. Do you see that shows up in the every day-to-day relationship?
No.
No, I don't see that.
No.
Yeah.
No. I mean, I think that people, it's a personality thing. Some people just have more dominant personalities. Some people don't. You know what I mean? So I think that in that regards, you'll see some of that kind of transpire. But outside of that, no.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important and healthy to have a little bit of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask the conversation because we should also kind of take into account that it's Pride Month. People should be doing all the necessary things. But in a relationship, do you get as tested as often as you would if you were single?
I do.
Yeah. Yeah,
I do.
We do.
I guess we do. Yeah.
We just have a primary care doctor that we just go and get our physical, and so while we're there, we're just like, go ahead and check everything. You know what I mean?
And I mean, your health, even though you are in a relationship, your health is ultimately your responsibility.
Yeah.
And you can't really put that on anybody else. I mean, as comfortable as you get with somebody, so it's just one of those things where you just got to stick with it.
Yeah.
Commit to it.
I will say that HIV and STDs are, easily spread from one partner to another, but STDs are preventable. You can prevent that. The best way to prevent getting or spreading an STD is to be responsible about your sex life.
Yes.
Put yourself and your partner or partners, okay, first. Okay, but there are many ways to do so, from PEP to PrEP. Ask your doctor and get tested. So, if you enjoy everything about a person during the dating period, but you don't align sexually, is there room to bend on that?
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
How so?
I think that when you find somebody, again, who aligns with you on so many different things, I don't think you would let one small thing kind of get in the way. There are workarounds. Whether, you're bending, whether you're bringing somebody else in to bend, whether, you're figuring it out. I think that if you want to work it out, you'll work it out, whatever that looks like.
Janet said, who's doing the bending?
Oh, so you doing the bending?
Exactly.
And that could be a question in a relationship. It's like, okay, so who's doing the bending? It's not you, it's not me. Okay, well, let's outsource.
This is true. There was a conversation in Gay Magazine that advised gay men to stop using the B word when referring to women or the community.
What B word? Oh,
Bitch.
Oh, bitch.
Yeah.
I say bottle?
Where do y'all fall on that mindset? Like, do you think it's offensive at all because it can be derogatory towards women, I guess? Like, if it was coming from a straight male's mouth?
I think for me, it depends on like the intention behind it. Almost like using the N word, you know what I mean? It's like, like how are you saying this B word? Are you using it as a slur and you're trying to, down me? Then okay, I can be offended by that. But just like, I know how people in casual conversations just use the word like bitch and then whatever, and like I'm not going to take offense to that or think, did he just call me?
For me, it depends on like how comfortable you are with the person. Yeah, like if I don't know you, don't come up to me in conversation and then start throwing around B words because I'm gonna be offended. Like, bitch, you don't know me like that.
Dimmer's ready to fight at all times. Dimmer's ready to fight.
That's how I feel. I'm just saying. Like, you got to be real careful.
Yeah.
And watch them B words.
You
better watch those B words, ladies. You better watch those before you end up over in the ocean.
Okay, I have been noticing though, because I'm dating or whatever, I guess, but I have been noticing more conversations about open relationships being had. What are your views on those?
It's not for me.
Yeah.
Same.
I think that I'm just a little too territorial and a little too
same. I use the same word.
a little too, not I won't say possessive, but I just feel like it's not for me. As for me in my house, no.
Okay. And so
yeah.
I mean, it's just not adding up to me out here in these streets.
Yeah.
I mean, it's hard enough getting to a place of
deal
like
with one person,
comfortability and intimacy with one person.
Yes.
Let alone
trying
7.
to open it up and do the whole dating other people and all that. That's just too much.
It's a lot.
Sounds like a headache.
So how do you infuse friendships in your relationships? Do you have a lot of friends? Do you have to text the other that hey, I'm out with Sabrina and Ricky, or what's going on?
I mean, since we've been together, we kind of got together kind of during the pandemic, a little bit after the pandemic, and so we've kind of been together the entire time and just kind of been learning one another, and so like we haven't really been out with other friends and hanging out so often. I mean, I don't really know. What would you say? Like,
I have a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a lot of like really close friends. I think like maybe 5 or 6 people that I met in college that were all really close. They all live out here and we all hang out and we all do things.
Yeah.
And my friends are kind of like family. So like when we got together, I just kind of like, hey, they're doing a cookout. We're just all gonna hang out.
Right.
So it's been a lot of that, at least for me.
Do you find yourself taking on heteronormative roles at all?
Not
No.
intentionally. No.
Okay.
Yeah.
No.
So y'all both cooking in the kitchen.
Both cooking. Both
Well, let's
paying the
not lie.
bills, both
I
doing
cook.
it. Well, I mean,
You don't know how to cook?
I know how to cook. It's
I just
that-
really like it.
Yeah, and I don't really
I just
care
really
to,
like it.
you
But
know.
here's the thing, I don't like to clean. So
And you clean.
and he
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we have our
yeah,
roles,
it's not
we have
based
our
on
things.
anything other than like our just natural personalities.
Yeah.
Okay. Like,
Yeah.
hey, man, like, okay, like that conversation.
But it's never an expectation.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you know, if he needed to cook, he'd cook. If I needed to sweep, I'd sweep.
The gender norms in queer dynamics are always a topic. Do you get offended when someone is just asking the question, like, who's the man, who's the woman in the relationship?
You know, I don't think people ask me those
They
questions.
don't?
Yeah.
I've heard it a couple
No.
times.
I've gotten it on TikTok, you know, when we post videos.
Really?
Yeah,
You get
under
those
comments.
comments.
But I mean, I'm just like, you know, is that a serious question? Or are you just being, you know, hateful? Like,
Yeah.
what is it
Well,
that
there's
asks
a
that
lot of that,
question?
yeah.
So, I mean, but in like my normal day-to-day life, no one's ever asked that.
People don't
so.
try us like that. I think they know better.
No, you're ready to fight. Like, what are you talking about? Okay. But, like, let's talk about it. So you both have made careers in the digital space, but why don't we see more black and brown creators? You know what I'm saying? Like, I mentioned that you're my favorite black gay couple, but also, like, I don't see many else.
Yeah, and I would ask that same question. But I think just in our experience, when you look at, you know, who brands tend to work with, who brands tend to go for whatever reason, the brands tend to align themselves with white creators, right? And if you're ultimately trying to make a living and you rely on brands for money, then you just kind of can't create without them. You can't do it without them.
Right.
So I think a lot of it starts with the brands.
Yeah, and then, you know, influencer marketing industry is a newer industry, and it is a white female-driven industry. So, I mean, you know, like I said, the visibility is, you know, white people. So it's very daunting to be a black creator and to try to go into that space thinking or knowing that, like, okay, well, there's not room for me here, and I can't make a full-time living. So there are very few that, you know, are able to make
And
a
that pay gap
full-time.
is real.
The pay gap
The
is
pay
real.
gap is real.
The pay gap.
Yes,
Okay,
there's a 35% pay gap between white and black influencers that we read in the study, and it's crazy. You know, we try to do our part by being, you know, visible black creators and try to bridge that gap, but it's going to take more, you know, than just us, and you know, we need more creators to kind of just jump into that. But I understand that it's daunting, so yeah.
Yeah, you kind of got to stand strong. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, especially when you know that, like, if you're doing this video and they're offering you $5,000, well, if you know that they're offering, you know, Tiffany Sue $10,000, you know, do you fight for the 10 or do you take the 5 because you're just happy to be in the room? You're just happy to get the thing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that as our careers have progressed, we've been turning down a lot just because we want to fight for what we deserve too.
Like equity.
And and I mean, we're privileged to be able to do it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, a lot of people, when you get that $5,000 offer, you're like, great.
This is like,
This is better than nothing. Let me take it, you know?
True.
And I'm not knocking people who do, but there needs to be more of us to, yes, take the checks that they can get, but then also try to push past. Like, there just needs to be more.
Yeah, and then brands need to start hiring more black and brown creators.
That
To
too.
even be in the room to outreach.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
That
saying?
too.
Yeah.
I like
That too.
What annoys you most about your partner?
Ooh,
You can be honest.
what annoys me the most about you? Gosh.
So many things you're thinking of?
No, I mean, because I don't know how to get annoyed
many.
easily. So
Okay.
I can't really think of.
Do you
So
have
now you
one?
don't get annoyed easy.
No, I mean, no, I can't. And there's nothing that can come to the top of my mind.
Oh,
Do you have one, Denver?
Oh,
Yeah.
she's ready now.
Yeah. That no matter where I go, whether I'm sitting on the couch, whether I'm in the bed, whether we're on vacation, I can always find one sock just like tucked somewhere. It's all just a sock, just a random sock. Because he just takes them
I
off.
just like slide off my socks.
It's like,
Right in the sliver of the couch.
Yep.
Okay.
It never fails. Never fails.
Okay. Do you know what his main love language is?
Yes, I do. It's physical touch
Okay.
and affection. I think, is that one of them?
Oh, the same thing. Yeah, physical
Yeah.
touch, affection, and
You're the
then
same? Oh, what's his?
No. So mine's not.
active service.
Yeah.
And gift giving.
Mostly service.
Okay.
Yeah.
You can throw it a gift.
Listen, I'm never gonna turn down a gift.
Gift after this.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
I like that. So is it really worth it?
It's what worth it?
This.
The relationship?
Yeah, when does the whole phase stop? Is the unionship really worth it? To build upon, to grow together?
Yes.
I think so.
Yeah.
I mean, I think that we are humans and we, strive for companionship in some form, whether it be your friends, whether it be your family, whether it be a partner. And so, like, being able to have an actual partner and have that companion and, you just kind of learn from and grow and, someone help you be the best version of yourselves. I think that helps, you know what I mean? It's like, ultimately, like, I want this world to be the best version of myself, however, that happens. But I think I can't do that alone. So whether it be I'm learning from my friends or I'm learning from family or I'm learning from a partner, like, I need somebody else to help me get that. And so, like, it just makes more sense when it is your companion because they understand everything and they don't mind being in the room with you and, doing all of that. So, like, I think it's necessary. You know what I mean?
And who says the whole phase has to stop? Maybe you can just like pause it. You know what I'm saying? It's you never know.
Does yours not stop?
Well, no, I'm saying. Are you saying like it could be where you can be in a relationship, you can go into the whole
You can
thing.
be host together.
That part.
Yeah.
With each other?
Yeah.
You said no threesome.
No.
Okay, so just...
Well, I mean, did I say no?
No. You said no.
You said no open relationship.
No open relationships.
Oh, okay,
that's
so
what it
threesomes
is.
are allowed.
I mean, those are conversations we've had, and those are, things that, we're open to, but it's hasn't happened yet. But those are things that we're open to. But as far as like an open relationship, dating outside, getting to know one another, that's a lot. But I mean, as far as threesomes, I mean, we're not close up to that.
Yeah. I mean, we're still enjoying each other, but then, we make it to a point where it's like, hey, let's try something new.
Yeah.
And I'm just saying, like, those are conversations that happen.
Yeah.
And then I'll ask you, how do you navigate, like, hookup culture? It's very prominent. Y'all are influencers in your own right. You have a lot of, a bigger following or whatever. Do you, like, share who's sliding into your DMs? Like, what is that like for you?
Yes. I mean, it depends on who it is. It depends on who it is, but, like, I think that, like, we do talk about, like, okay, this person is trying to, like, talk to both of us and trying to like invite us and whatever, and I'm like, it's not that big for me, and so like we do have those conversations or whatever, but I mean it's not like every single time somebody ding, here you go, look at this, like what is that I mean what is the purpose of that, you know what I mean? So
okay.
Hey friends, happy Pride. Be sure to catch me in the kitchen, because I love a good drink, okay? So I'm shaking up some things, and it's Cocktails with Archie. Every Thursday during the month of June, I want you to tune in to catch my drink of the week.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so now can we play a game?
Let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. So we're gonna play Put a Word on It. I'm like drinking game alert.
Yes.
Put a word on it. Tell me the first word that comes to your head when I tell you a word.
Ooh, okay.
Okay?
Is this one at a time or is it joint?
Go for it.
Okay.
Yes.
Just blurt it out.
Okay. Drag.
Con. I said con.
Queen.
Okay, so you go, then you go. Okay. Because I was like, I can hear. Instagram.
Snapchat.
Photo.
Segregation.
Wrong.
Black.
Wrong, yeah. Condoms.
Needed.
Smelly.
Do you smell them?
Yes. Think of that like that rubber smell they leave in the air.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Drink.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Beyonce.
Nose.
No, Queen. Douching.
Necessary.
Water.
Hope.
Obama?
Hopelessness. Wait.
Hopelessness. What?
Obama?
Obama.
Wasn't that a slogan? Right? Didn't he run on hope or something like that?
Money.
Yes.
Cardi B.
Oh. Reparations.
Necessary. I
Needed.
keep picking the same words. I just switch my
Necessary,
words.
needed.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's play another game really
Okay.
quick. I'm going to give you these. Okay, so this.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
so
my
there's your faces on
gosh.
it, and you're gonna lift it up.
Oh.
Who's most likely to?
Oh.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
Feel free to keep those after we are done filming. I do
Yes.
not need your face with a stick on it in my life. Okay.
I thought people would pay good money for these.
I know, right? This is cute. Come on,
Come on.
bone structure. Okay.
So you lift it up. Your camera's
I
there.
got my feet on it. I'm sure I could sell them.
I'm like, wait, I worked really hard on this arts and craft project. Who's more likely to want to settle down in the South?
I think either one of us. I don't. Yeah, no.
It's a no.
No, we've had
It's a no.
very honest conversations about
wanna
that.
be
We
here
want to be
forever.
here.
Yeah, right.
LA,
Yeah.
till you
Yes.
die.
Yes. And if not, then out of the
country.
Love that. Okay. Who's more likely to get in an argument at a bar? Yeah. I learned that as the show went on. Who has the better hidden talent?
Hidden talent.
Well, if they're hidden, how do we know? I'm gonna say you. I
Okay,
feel like
yeah.
you could surprise me.
Probably.
Okay.
I have faith in
Who's
you.
most likely to get a speeding ticket?
Child.
Oh.
Well, I
What?
mean, because I had speeding tickets. I don't think you've had speeding tickets before.
True, but I have it in me.
Okay.
And that's what matters. Who is more likely to order steak at dinner?
Oh, that's me.
Yeah. Never.
What's your favorite meal?
I'm salmon. I like.
Yeah, I'll steak medium rare all day
Okay.
long.
Okay. Who is most likely to be belting Beyonce around the house?
Probably.
Favorite song?
Oof, God. It changes in the moment, but I think right now would be No Angel. I really love that song.
Okay. Who is the one to book the flights for an impulsive trip?
Well, I said you because recently you've been doing that.
But you did the last one.
I did. Yeah.
Well, you did one, and then I did one.
So it would be me.
Yeah.
At first, and then Denver starts to now recently book the trips.
Yes.
More spontaneously.
Right, because you have conversations like, I'm always the
I'm always the one.
making sure we do things. I was like, okay, well, bitch.
Are y'all in therapy?
No.
Okay.
We just talk a lot.
Yeah.
We do talk a lot.
Which one of you is more likely to forget a special date?
Oh,
Probably
me.
me. I'm about to say probably. I don't. A special date.
Ownership is
Like,
what's happening.
like a birthday, like an anniversary.
Yeah, I'm better
Yeah,
at that too.
I don't think I would know to begin with.
So who's the first person up in the morning?
Me. Absolutely. I'm
What
up
time?
at
What time are you waking up?
6. It could be even earlier, but 6. Yeah. I wake up when the sun's up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No? Sleeping in. Got it.
Well, no, he doesn't let me sleep. And when he's up,
Yeah. When I'm up, you gotta get up.
First thing he does, wake me up.
Wake up, kiss, get up.
Okay. Who said I love you first?
Me.
Why'd you say that? How
So
soon?
mad.
God, how soon was it? It was a text mess.
We weren't. No, I'm gonna tell you because we weren't even like a thing yet. But I left to go to a concert, and I believe you said it on my way out the door, or it was either out the door
that's cute.
or as I was like getting in my car via text. I don't really remember because
Yeah,
I
I thought it was
remember
a
I got
text
so
message.
mad.
Via text?
I remember I got so.
believe it was.
I remember I
You
got,
know,
I
listen.
got so mad. Everything else kind of went out the window.
not- no.
I was like, because I wanted to say it first, and I felt like
He
I got-
robbed you.
I did.
Yes.
I did.
Yeah.
Y'all need
And
to go
I-
back and
Yeah.
start over.
I know, but I said
I
all
feel
the
like
time.
today you
like,
should relive that moment.
Yeah, but he does say it all
I
the
say it
time.
literally all
Like,
the time.
he's a lot more expressive than I am.
Very
I love that
affectionate.
for y'all.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. And who is most likely to?
Knock on the door?
Yeah. My mind just went blank. Okay. Thank you for playing the game.
I'm like, it's more like little what?
Oh my god. Okay, so I do want to say happy Pride to both of you all. Thank you for playing the game. No, we're literally done with that. Put that down.
Okay.
Is there
like
anything
this.
else that you want to put out there as we are in Pride Month, June, whatever, for people to know just about, you living your truth?
I think that like a lot of the comments that we get on our videos, they're very much so like, I want that, or, I never thought this was possible, or, people are just kind of sad.
Mm-hmm.
Not like in a bad way. They're like, people are just.
No, I'm sad. Yeah.
I just want to say that, stay hopeful. Being in a relationship doesn't make you or break you. It's great.
There it is.
It's fantastic. But it's not anything that you should like base your self-worth on or feel like you're not, worthy because you're not, or, things like that.
Did you hear that? Everybody's behind the scenes.
Wait, am I making sense? I've been drinking, but I hope I'm making sense.
Cheers
Okay, well,
to that.
raise up your glasses.
I
Can we,
have a glass? That's
we'll,
okay.
we'll give him
I'll
a drink
just
when
drink
we're
his.
done. Yeah, okay. Thank you for coming. Happy
Cheers.
Pride, everybody.
Happy
Click, 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 click.
Okay, my turn.
Thanks for
Oh, you thought I was
coming.
playing?
What's up, family? Thanks so much for tapping into this episode. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe on YouTube and Instagram and wherever you get your podcasts from for listening pleasure. Don't miss our weekly Millennial Conversations Pod Post Edition right here. My name is Archie J, and thanks for joining me today.